Hey everybody, I'm Griffin, and this is Theta, and this is a death battle! No, that's not our intro. Welcome to Stone-Faced Reactions, where we watch videos and then don't react to them whatsoever. Hey everybody, I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and today we are here to spin the wheel for Stone-Faced Reactions. We're gonna spin, we're gonna see what we get. We're spinning, what are we gonna get? It is Mortal Kombat. Specifically, 1995 versus 2021.
Yep.
This these are movie adaptations, right?
What do you mean? This is a real rivalry.
Yeah, real rivalry. So yeah, these will be the two different movies that came out. I Now the problem here is I've seen bits and pieces of both of these, but you get to pick first.
No,
I won the last one.
no, you didn't.
Wait, didn't I?
Do we have very different recollections? Who do you think won last?
You picked Kirby, right?
Right, and you picked Boo.
And Boo won.
Boo didn't win.
Wait.
What do
Oh
you
crap!
think?
I lost.
Is this why? And here's a bit of meta behind the scenes.
Pink.
Here's a bit of meta behind the scenes. Is this why you had no commentary at the end of the episode that you wanted to discuss because you just thought you won?
It seems like it. Congratulations, I appear to have had an aneurysm, everybody. I'll be back after a little bit. Gonna drain the blood out of my brain. Oh
I'm
gosh.
sorry, I don't know what the hell you're talking about. You lost.
Alright.
You had to pick.
Alright, if I have to choose, I'm gonna choose the 1995 one because it is horrifically campy and stupid, and I love it.
Well, shit. I mean, that's the correct answer, I feel. So, 2021 one kind of sucks. I guess they did some all right things with like the setting up of a backstory between the two clans, but then they made stuff up to create a new character, and that didn't work for me at all.
It might have a more compelling narrative or understandable one.
No,
Whereas yeah, no, okay. Um, I remember it wasn't 2021, but it was like 2016 or something. There were like some mini series coming out when the new Mortal Kombat game was coming out, when they were doing like the refresh, right?
I remember they did that for Street Fighter.
Yeah, no, but they did it for Mortal Kombat as well, and those were some pretty that was a pretty neat little set of mini series, like because it explored individual characters and like quick little vignettes into them, and it's like, oh, these are really neat. I wonder if they're going to make like a series or movies out of this, and they didn't. And now it's 2021, and they finally get a movie,
Yep, and it sucked.
and it sucked.
I mean, even the end didn't make sense.
Yeah, they they could definitely do better, and I am disappointed to hear that they didn't.
I mean, at least it's not Mortal Kombat 1995 versus Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Mortal Kombat Annihilation is still worse than 2021's Mortal Kombat.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Like we wouldn't even like bet on that. We just let it happen. Uh, yeah. Got anything else to say about 2021 and how you're gonna defend it?
No, I mean, just
Okay.
lose more respect for Ben if he votes 2021. I don't even see how this is a real rivalry.
Let's see what he says.
In 1995, the greatest video game movie was Friendshipped to the world. Now, over 25 years later, it's time for a new set of champions to once again compete in...
Yes.
The original had a sequel, but we don't talk about that one.
Oh gosh, the dragon.
For some hat-throwing, fire-breathing, acid-spitting, bone-chilling moments as Mortal Kombat...
Yeah, Kano is the only good part about 2021.
It's pretty easy to do a good Kano, but a good Kano is great.
The MK roster has grown to almost 100 fighters over the years.
Wait,
Both
damn, really,
movies do
100?
a decent job throwing as many of the main cast into the film without it being too overwhelming. Let's select our fighters. 1995 main's Liu Kang, whose fighting skills are equally rivaled by his glorious head of hair.
Oh,
I'm getting
yeah.
serious Tom Cruise Mission Impossible 2 vibes here, and I'm all about it. Johnny Cage appropriately chews up all the scenes he's in, which is why 2021 probably didn't even bother putting him in the film. I mean, how do you compete with this?
Yeah, if you're trying to make a serious movie, you don't put in Johnny
Then there's
Cage.
a
But
fully
Mortal
armed
Kombat
Jax,
is not serious.
Fatality, Mr. Freeze, Ryan Howard,
Fire guy.
Pixar
Got it.
Begins,
Ah.
Kids on Shoulders inside a costume trying to sneak into an adult film,
I
and
like it.
one-liner generator.
Your soul is mine.
It sure is, Shang Tsung. It sure is. Princess Katana comes and goes as she pleases, giving bizarre sage advice to Liu Kang, which is often needlessly wrapped in riddles.
To win your next match, use the element which brings life.
Just say water, Katana. There's absolutely no reason to be so vague about this. My favorite from the original is Lord Raiden, played by Christopher Lambert.
Oh,
In
yeah.
2021, all his humor and charm is completely removed.
Oh.
Which I guess can be said across the board in this film. With the only exception being Kano, who carries this entire film
Is
on
that
his
Thor?
shoulders. A lot of the same characters are back. There's Winter is Coming, The Ghost of Tsushima, Full Metal Jackset, The Incredible
Yeah,
Hulk,
Jax.
Alternate Costume, and Kid Thunder. 2021 brings some newcomers to the arena as well. There's Pharrell Williams, Fatal Attraction, and the Create to Character default skin. Scorpion and Sub-Zero
Which
were
character is that
awesome,
supposed
but the
to be,
main
Nobody,
actors
they
were
made 'em
heroes
up.
In comparison to the
Oh,
original
huh.
team. I have to give this to 95.
When you have so many to go for, why
These
would
two
you?
films may share some of the same
No idea. I
roster,
told you. It
but
didn't
the
make
action
fucking
was
sense.
wildly different. The
I
original
guess he's
Mortal
right. It is
Kombat
just to
came out
create a
in the
character.
90s. Action was a very different beast then. One full of bad slow motion, awkward choreography, and over-the-top sound effects. Now, some people live for that style.
I live
but
for that
can't deny
style.
There's some silly charm to it. In 2021, you get something much more aligned with the fighting game franchise. A series that has had mothers clutching their pearls since 1992. The blood and the gore are there.
That is actually a
Plus,
pretty
the
cool effect right
hand-to-hand
there, like
combat
slowly
is
freezing the
far
bullets.
superior,
Sure, only
thanks
saw
to
it in the very
casting
first
mostly
trailer and then
trained
every
martial
trailer
artists.
ever.
There's plenty of action in both, though, so let's hit some of the highlights. 95 gives us Scorpion versus Johnny Cage, ending with them battling it out in what can only be described as ladder world. I mean, what is going on here? Look at all these ladders.
Oh, that's Blighttown from Dark
What practical
Souls.
use could there possibly be for this
No, that's the
setup?
area that under
Sonya
your
goes
bed.
head-to-head with her Earth
from,
Ryan Reno,
that one
finishing
movie
him off in maybe the
with
best
Fred
way he could
Savage.
ever possibly die.
I feel like I know what you're talking about,
Little
but I
Monsters.
There's no
don't.
denying that Sub-Zero is treated
Little Monsters
like a
movie.
chump in the first
There you go.
entry. Doing a series of showboaty moves before getting taken out by a bucket of ice water. You played yourself. He gets the full boss level treatment in 2021, icing out families and combatants in his way. His powers are a bit tricky to nail down though, as they seem to fluctuate wildly from scene to scene. At one point, creating a heavy snowstorm in a small town. Never go full Elsa. My favorite fight is the opening scene. Easily the most emotional part of the story too, as Scorpion is fighting for the life of his family. The final tag team cage match against Iceman is very slick, but I really dig
That
the
made me
Liu
fucking
Kang
sense.
versus Shang Tsung fight, appropriately set just above a spiked Mortal Kombat logo. A ton of action in both.
A classic,
as
of
one would
course.
expect from a movie of this nature. One would also expect plenty of blood, gore, and deadly fatalities. And in that department, 2021's the only one delivering the goods.
Ooh.
Giving it this round.
Yeah, special effects have changed in the past
If you went into
25
a movie
years.
like Mortal Kombat Blind, I think you'd come out much like our friend Kano. You'd really only see half the picture, since so much of it relies on basic understanding of the game's main storylines, fighting moves, and quotes. Fan service is all over these flicks. Every time a character utters a line from the game, a little joy resonates from my dark, mostly lifeless husk of a body. Here's
As
a
it does with us
collection
all.
of catchphrases from both installments. Collection spelled with a K, of course.
Finish him. Flawless victory.
Yeah, Shang Tsung was all about it.
All you can do now is test your might.
Get over here.
Yeah.
Flawless victory.
Then there's the movesets from the game, which also get the film interpretation. We have Lady Legacy, Photoshop Blur Tool, Going into Ice Labor, Bicycle Kicks, past and present, Sonic Boom, LASIK eye surgery, and probably many more. Finally, there are the finishing moves. Although 95 is PG-13, they managed to get a few cool moments in play. They're just not near as graphic or creative as the new flick. I think at one point, Goro just, like, hits the guy on the chest. He's like, oh.
Yeah, after, like, the new Mortal Kombat games, like, they just crank it up to 11 just because they can.
Include Hat Buzzsaw, Shang Tsung Soul Sucking, say that 5 times fast, Jax getting used as a glorified wishbone, an animality, and of course this fantastic moment in both. The new film even has a great throwback to the early Mortal Kombats when they fight on the pit, and then no one gets knocked off of it. Why?
Yeah, that's actually a little disappointing.
At least in 95,
Well, in 2021 when they all split up and do their own random fights for no reason.
For the most part, the
Oh, no, that's just so you can get a bunch of duels and emulate fighting games.
Yeah, but again, for no reason.
So no reason, yeah.
Yet still somehow looks like an Avatar level of production compared to what the sequel provided. What in the absolute am I looking at here? The music's on an entirely different level.
What madness.
That theme song in 95 not only makes the film an instant classic, but has carried the franchise's music for almost 3 decades now. It's unbeatable. I guess nostalgia's taking hold on this round because I find more to enjoy in the original than I did in the sequel. I'm giving it the win.
Yeah, like I said.
Hey,
can I be honest with you for once in my life? After seeing the trailers for
Just
2021, I thought it was going to be a flawless victory in this rivalry. That just wasn't the case. The uninspired characters, unfocused storyline, and the ironically soulless presentation keep me from giving this the win. The original Mortal Kombat may be campy, with cheesy dialogue, silly fighting, and bad CG effects, but that's what also gives it its identity.
Right.
And it's also what ultimately
it's
gives
got
it the win
personality,
here.
right?
I would bet, though, this isn't the popular opinion, so I'd love to hear from you.
No,
Give
seemed
me
pretty
your
popular.
favorite combatant.
We agreed
Uppercut
before the
that
fight even
like
happened.
button if you had some fun, and I'll see you next
This
time
isn't the
on
fight
another
that should have
Real
happened.
Rivalries.
Now, you see, what's
Here's
really
a spot
disappointing
during
about,
the
like...
Liu Kang versus Sub-Zero fight, where Liu Kang jumps down a ramp toward his opponent. As he's airborne, he throws a punch forward, as if he's initiating a fireball attack. Yet, no fireball to be found.
Oh, they forgot to dump it in.
It's just an odd shot in an otherwise flawless film.
But no, what should have happened is it should have been Mortal Kombat 95 versus Street Fighter.
Oh my gosh, yeah, that would be a comparison right there. How do you decide between those two?
Street Fighter. I'm just saying it would have been the more apt. It would have been the more apt example.
Now, the sad thing is, like, with the 2021 is that we've had at least, like, half a decade of, like, really good story happening in, like, the Mortal Kombat games. And they did the Injustice stuff, too. And they, like, show, like, how they can handle these characters and write them really well and do all this stuff. And then a studio gets it, and this is what they make.
Well, I doubt the people writing for the video games are writing for the movies.
Right. They are different people, but it's like the material is there. The people who could have assisted or maybe even actually done that writing were there or existed, and it's a shame that they didn't get to like make a cool movie out of it.
Yes,
but
they existed.
That's why you get to...
They existed, Griff. I don't think that means that they were available to be writing on the movie.
Right.
Right. Or I'll say, were even wanted.
I guess at the very least, we get to see them make a movie in every video game, and that's just as good, honestly.
Yes, a movie between every fight scene.
Yeah, there you go. And we're playing Final Fantasy XIV right now. I got like an hour cutscene between fights. I'll go get a snack.
I mean, in fairness, when Final Fantasy XIV has like an hour cutscene, it prompts you to be sure you're ready for this cutscene.
Be sure you're
because
ready.
It's going to be a little bit long.
Oh dear. Well, before we get into lengthy cutscenes and start one of our own, I think that's it for this episode. I'm Griffin, that's Theta, and we'll catch you next time. See you, everybody. Hey everybody, thanks for watching another Stone-Faced Reactions. If you have an idea of another video we could go ahead and watch, go ahead and put it in the comments down below and we'll add it to the wheel. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and let us know what you thought about this video and what parts you liked. And until then, we'll see you next time. Is this too goofy?